Okay, so this year, it really does feel like every single race will make or break this country. From the State House to the U.S. Senate, who we elect will determine how much freedom we have and if democracy will even still exist. There is no clearer example of that than in Pennsylvania, where voters will choose a new senator and a new governor. The state legislature, which is Republican-controlled, has been eager to roll back access to women's health care. They've also been champing at the bit to make voting harder. The only thing standing in the way, for now, has been the veto pen of Democratic Governor Tom Wolf. Now, Pennsylvania gets to choose between Democratic State Attorney General Josh Shapiro and Republican State Senator and religious extremist Doug Mastriano. The winner will have incredible power because Pennsylvania's governor gets to choose the state's top election official overseeing the 2024 presidential election. This morning, the editorial board of the Philadelphia Inquirer took an emphatic stand against Mastriano, writing that his relentless efforts to thwart the results of the 2020 presidential election, spread Donald Trump's election lies, and suppress votes in future elections is a 10-alarm fire for anyone who believes in a functioning democracy. Pennsylvania does not need election-denying conspiracy theorists deciding the outcome of elections with the stroke of a pen. And today, Agenda PAC, a new national political action committee focused on beating anti-LGBTQ politicians, released its first ad slamming Mastriano.
A woman's right to choose?
My body, my choice is ridiculous nonsense.
Mastriano supports a total abortion ban. How about gay marriage?
Absolutely not.
Anti-discrimination laws?
That's madness.
Oh, and guess who tried to overthrow our democracy on January 6th? He even paid to help the rioters get there. And don't take Doug Mastriano to your Halloween party. Trust us on this one. Governor Mastriano? That's just crazy.
Joining me now is Pennsylvania State Representative and former U.S. Senate candidate Malcolm Kenyatta. He chairs the board for Agenda PAC, which put out that Mastriano ad that I just showed you. It is so good to see you.
It's so good to see you.
It's great to see you in person.
That's right.
Yes, we love this. So this ad is pretty strong, but the sad thing about it is it's not an exaggeration.
It's not. It was one of those things, and we say it in the first piece of the ad. Making this is a little tough because you have to decide what you want to talk about with somebody who's so replete with awful examples of the type of xenophobia and nativism and religious extremism that's exemplified throughout Doug's life, frankly, and certainly in this campaign. But the issues we focused on are issues which we believe are going to make the difference in terms of who follows Governor Wolf, who's been such a champion, as you mentioned. And so we're talking about the fact that Doug has the most extreme position, possibly of any candidate running, to have a complete, total ban on abortion, no exceptions, no time. Him wanting to turn the clock backwards as it relates to rights for LGBTQ folks and for families, using, in particular, LGBTQ kids as a political football. He centered that in his campaign, but also the pivotal role that he played in trying to overthrow our democracy, not far from where we're sitting right now. Doug bust people down to the insurrection that we saw. And so he's as much a part of that as Donald Trump, frankly. Yeah, I mean, the fact that the guy is from Pennsylvania and dressing up in a Confederate uniform for cosplay, it kind of tells you who he is. What has gone on with the Republican Party? You've served in the state legislature in Pennsylvania. You've served clearly with a lot of Republicans because they are the majority. Is this the standard issue of what a Republican is in Pennsylvania at this point? You know, unfortunately, it's what I call the 70-30 rule. I think there are 30% of these folks who truly believe this. I think Doug Mastriano is in that bucket. Somebody who's like dyed in the wool. He believes the nonsense that he is spewing. And then you have the other 70% who are willing to say and do anything. And that's why, Agenda PAC is so important, because folks need to pay a political price for engaging in this type of attempts to roll the clock backwards. And so I have not been shocked, I've been saying this, that we've been seeing people like flood to agendapac.org saying, how do we get involved? How do we get engaged? There was a great article out recently that says, Democrats are winning the culture war. But at the end of the day, we don't get to debate my right to exist in my fullness. That's right. And I will tell you, Doug has picked the wrong community to try to mess with, because we are going to be targeting with this ad and with our other, guerrilla marketing things that we're going to be doing in the coming weeks here. We're going to be targeting those independent voters in the Philadelphia suburbs in particular who decide elections in Pennsylvania. Voters who have a history of voting for Democrats and for Republicans, but who I think are repelled by this type of xenophobic, racist, anti-freedom message.
This is the question I have, because I think we have here the sort of makeup of the House and the State House and Senate. Is Pennsylvania so gerrymandered that cannot be undone? It's not that big of a yawning gap. I think we have it here in the House and Senate. I can't find it at the moment.
We need 12 seats.
You need 12 seats. There it is. There it is right there. Is the state so gerrymandered that can't change? Because at this point, in every state, not just Pennsylvania, whoever your state legislature is determines whether you have any rights, whether you're an LGBTQ person, you want your marriage to be legal, or whether you're a woman, you want to be a full human being and not an incubator. Is there enough to flip it?
So I think we really have an opportunity to do it. And frankly, issues of choice, and not just freedom to choose what to do with your body, but also freedom to choose who you love and to be respected as who you are in Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania is a better place when it's fairer. And I think that so many people are looking at the contrast between Josh Shapiro, an attorney general who has stood up to election denial, who's taken on housing discrimination, who has gone to the bat to get ghost guns off the street, and somebody like Doug Mastriano, who has spent his entire career trying to throw out votes of Black and brown folks, trying to silence women, try to take away rights from LGBTQ folks. And listen, I've said it. We wake up at Agenda PAC every single day, laser focused on beating bigots, and we're going to beat him.
Well, there we go. Nice to see you. Good to see you in person. Pennsylvania State Representative Malcolm Kenyatta, thank you very much.